So, there are a lot of interesting shows this season. Komi Can Communicate is a charming comedy. Platinum End is the new show of Tsugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata, the creators of Death Note. And no, Platinum End is actually not like Death Note, but I will get into that in another video. Mushoku Tensei carries the hype of the last season into part 2 of their show. And we also have Miroku-chan. But I don't know what to say about this one, to be honest. My favorite show of this season is actually something completely different. It's the show Blue Period. If you don't know the show, it's about the high schooler Yatora Yaguchi, who doesn't have any passion. He smokes, he drinks, he's good at school and wants to visit a normal college for a normal job. That is, until he sees the painting of one of his classmates. At this moment, a passion awakes in him that he didn't know he had in himself. He starts to draw and to paint, and even if he's not very good at first, he starts to become more motivated until a point where he decides for himself that painting will be his future and that he will give everything he can in order to achieve that dream. This is actually one of my new favorite slice of life anime because you can't other than root for Yatora. He starts from being very pessimistic towards this art thing to slowly realizing that this is actually exactly what he wants to do in life. There's one moment early on in the show when you look at his face and it says, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to be an artist no matter what. It's gonna be hard, but I will do everything for my dream." Man, I love these kinds of stories. Yatora is such a cool character because you can really feel his character change from being someone who's filled with self-doubt about his new passion towards someone who actually wants to be an artist. Just to give you a heads up, even if you're not particularly interested in the art world, the show also focuses a lot on the person behind the painting, how he feels and why he struggles, so it can actually be translated to every other creative medium in which people try to be successful. As much as this show is about dreams and passion, it doesn't forget the harsh realities of our society. Getting into a prestigious university takes a lot of time, effort and sacrifice. Not everyone will have the same chance when applying, and even if you're accepted into art school, that doesn't mean that your life will be fulfilled immediately. Like Yatora says himself, doing what you love isn't always fun. It can be discouraging, heartbreaking and even devastating, but there's this fire inside him that burns and tells him to keep pushing despite the obstacles in front of him. As someone who tries to be creative himself, I can tell that this is a very relatable struggle. And at the same time, this is the strongest aspect of Blue Period. You celebrate every win with Yatora, but when he fails, it feels like you have failed with him. Blue Period is not a simple from zero to hero story, but a story about life with all of its facets. Although Yatora takes in most of the space the show has to offer, I love that all the other characters are three-dimensional as well. His parents, for example, are of course worried about him, but they don't abandon him immediately because he wants to pursue a creative career. Because we all know our anime parents, right? This reminded me a little bit of Moritaka's parents in Bakuman, who are also worried about him because his uncle, pursuing the same career as Moritaka, being a successful mangaka, died from overworking himself. Back to Blue Period, Yatora's parents know that he's capable of looking after himself, so they trust and support him despite their worries. Since I've already read the manga, I can assure you that the show will even get better and will not lose its focus. Also pretty cool, you will learn a lot about the composition of a painting, which brush or pen creates which effect and so on. Everything pretty cool if you ask me. I can imagine that after reading the manga or watching the anime, a lot of people will feel encouraged to go after their own passion or try to find it in the first place. And I think that this is just amazing and really motivating. So if you have a passion, whether it's drawing or acting or singing or something crazy like line bending. Okay, line bending is a terribly dangerous passion and you should really overthink it. Also, it's not so cool for the lines either. Then my only advice would be the same as the one of the show. It will be hard, but you should definitely give it a shot. It will be worth it. This show is not only about art, it actually is art. So if you haven't, you should really give this show a chance. It's one of the best this season. You know what? Since I always wanted to learn how to draw, I will now draw the protagonist of the show, Yatora, and let's see how that will look like. I'm so bad at drawing. I'm so bad. What is this? So far my character looks like this. Okay, good, like a little bit texture, a little bit shadow. Oh, sexy. So far so good, I would say. I would say. I don't know what's going on with the eyes. For the sake of time, this is my Yatora. I drew him in like 10 minutes, so obviously it's not that good, but I think you can see the resemblance in here. I mean, especially in the eyes. I think the eyes I was really going for, and I don't know what happened to the neck. I don't know what happened to the neck, but yeah, I think he looks good. So, what do you think about this show so far? Do you enjoy it as much as I enjoy it? Also, if you like this show, I can only recommend Bakuman to you. It's one of my favorite manga, and it's also about two people trying to be creative and working their way up. What's your favorite show of this season, and are there other shows that I didn't mention in the beginning that you would like to recommend to me? Write them down in the comments. And also, what are your guys' passion? I'm really excited to know what you guys doing in your free time, so write them down in the comments. I'm a little bit excited, to be honest. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can like and share it with your friends if you want to. And also, you can subscribe to the channel. And then you don't miss any of my new videos. Was ist mit den Haaren, ey? Ah. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.